Welcome to the showroom, and today's our very first episode, and we're very excited about having our first guest, Matthew. So Matthew runs a business named Impression Design, and he is also the founder of Geelong Small Business Network Group. So welcome, Matthew.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
So Matthew, tell me, why did you start this group?
Okay. I've been running my small business since 1997, and I was just running from home, and I felt after a while I was starting to feel isolated. So I thought I'd go out and try some networking. The Geelong Small Business Festival, which is run in Geelong every year, provided me with an opportunity to go to a workshop called The Art of Networking. The Art of Networking changed my life, literally, because I never thought that networking was so powerful as a business tool, as a business marketing tool. So I saw some opportunities arise with regards to other people, other small businesses wanting to network as well. So I decided, well, why not try a group on Facebook? Now, that was 2013, and it took off very well because of the fact that there was a need for that sort of networking group. And they're all small businesses, and they're all from the Geelong region, all very helpful as well.
Yeah, and I believe right now you have about 5,800 members.
Yeah, something like that, 5,800.
So that is quite a lot of small businesses.
Yeah, they're all very supportive of each other too. It's like I'd like to call it a community rather than a group, because I think we've got that community spirit of helping each other and supporting Geelong as well. The economy of Geelong. Those small businesses some of those small businesses will grow into bigger businesses. So we're at the ground level with regards to business in Geelong.
And I guess it's very fulfilling for you as someone who started this movement and a community to see success that comes from it.
I'm extremely proud. Not necessarily of myself. I'm not that type of person. I like to think myself as fairly humble, but proud of the support the Geelong community, the Geelong small business community has given each other and got behind this group, got behind me and each other. That's really important to me. I'm born and bred in Geelong, and I'd like to see my local economy thrive.
Yeah. What type of positive results have you seen and experienced since?
Oh, lots of them. One of the offshoots of having the group is it's raised my profile, of course, but it's raised the profile of a lot of other small businesses who talk to each other, who collaborate with each other. They grow with each other. So any sort of business you would want in Geelong is in that group. There's some quite well-known businesses. There's some up-and-coming businesses, award winners. And I think with 5,800 members, although they might not all be active at the same time, that's 5,800 opportunities right there.
Right. And like you mentioned, and I totally agree, it's that power of networking.
Yeah.
It's just connecting people and businesses together.
I believe networking is if not the most powerful marketing tool there is, it's one of the most powerful. Yeah, because
completely agree.
It's talking about people with people. We buy from people we trust. We don't necessarily buy from organisations.
Yep. That I guess, can you tell us a little bit about what brought you into doing business yourself?
Okay, it's a fairly long story, but I'd been struggling with knowing what to do with I had a university degree. I was out looking for work. I struggled to find my feet with regards to getting work from other people. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. I was a fairly conscientious type fella. I didn't want to be out of work for too long, so I knocked on some doors. I knocked on some local takeaway food stores, asking them if they had any menus I could do for them, and I found one. It only took one, and it was, I remember quite well, it was a chicken shop menu, and it had a picture of a chicken holding I made the picture of chicken holding a stop sign because it was called Chicken Stop. It's a big chicken that looked like Foghorn Leghorn. If any of you know who Foghorn Leghorn is, it's a Looney Tunes character. From there, I found I was looking for someone to print the job, and I was shopping around, and someone suggested I try a local place. There was a local place that's no longer there. It was a printing shop that was in a converted garage, and he liked my work. He took me under his wing. I learnt all the tricks of the trade on the job. That was back in, and I registered my first business back in 1997. So that was mid-90s. I've been going for over 20 years. 1997, I registered my first business name, which was totally different to what I've got now. It was called Mouse Mac Creations. Now the reason I changed later on is because for 14 years I never did any networking. I had the Yellow Pages ad, and that's all the advertising I was doing. I was waiting for the phone to ring, basically. The Yellow Pages is what everyone had back in those days. There wasn't much internet back then. There was certainly no Facebook back then. That led up to an opportunity back in 2013 of finally feeling sick of the isolation, thinking I've got to get out and do something about this. I was newly married. My wife gave me an ultimatum, said, you either get another job or you really give this business a go. Because I was probably a bit airy-fairy at that stage because I wasn't quite sure the direction I was going in, but marriage certainly gives you that more responsibility that you've got to look after someone else rather than yourself. So I was looking for other opportunities, and getting married was a catalyst to that. I went to I gave it a good go. I still was under the name Mouse Mac Creations, and I was gaining more clients all the time because I was giving it a really good active go. But then as I mentioned before, then the festival came up, which is back in 2013. I went to the workshop on the art of networking, saw how powerful networking was. They thought, well, I'm going to take this opportunity to actually totally rebrand the business as well. And because my motto at the time was, you only get one chance to make a first impression, I went with impressions, and that was my motto. Now I've got the Geelong now we've got the Geelong Small Business Network. My whole business is focused on growth of business, like starting from scratch. Basically, a lot of the small businesses in the group are brand new businesses, and I want to see them grow. We all want to see them grow. We all want to see them thrive. So my motto now is growth by design.
About your business, can we talk a little bit more about like what particular kind of, I guess, impression design growth kind of work that you do that helps businesses to grow?
The kind of work that I do to help business grow is connecting. It's become part of symbiotic with my graphic design business, branding and all that sort of stuff. Personal branding, business growth, how they look, how the business looks, how they enter the market. It's all become part of how I work with the Geelong Small Business Network as well, how I run that as well. I sort of run the Geelong Small Business Network a bit like a business, because I can provide those people that come to me, have me as the connection to all those other businesses in Geelong. So if they want anything, I know where to go. And they're all small businesses that we can help promote, help bolster. That's where my UPS, unique selling proposition comes from. I'm a bit unique in that way.
So let's talk about that.
Okay. Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about what makes your service unique?
Okay. Apart from the fact that I want to put the business's best foot forward, give their clients the best impression of their business, make their best first impression. I'm focused on doing that with high quality marketing materials, not the run of the mill sort of stuff that you can just buy off the shelf.
And I guess you've been doing this line of work for almost 30 years?
No, 20 years. Over 20 years? Yeah, over 20 years.
Over 20 years, and I guess that's where the value really kind of compounds over time.
The value has compounded over time is because I'm extremely fussy myself with regards to what I offer my clients. And it's not price driven, it's value driven, it's quality driven, and they know that there's a consistent benchmark of product and service.
Is there any success stories that you like to share with what you have done for businesses?
Yes. I had an idea to make advertising accessible to small business, and I call it collaborative marketing, which means a select group of people who want to advertise with us, advertise each other as well. So we got this publication called Geelong Small Business Advertising, and that's specifically for Geelong small businesses, and it's only one business per category, just to help them get their branding and their marketing out there, which is a combined traditional letterbox drop advertising plus online, all the online stuff as well, including Geelong Small Business Network support and paid advertising. So that's a sidearm to my business. That's a success story because of the fact that we started off with one publication, one area in Geelong. Now we're doing 5 publications. I think it's 5 areas, including Surf Coast and Bellarine.
Wow. Yeah, and I think I've seen some of the flyers that you guys pass out. It's very reasonable in pricing. In fact, I think it's less than the $200 mark.
Yes, less than $200.
How many do you distribute?
Well, we distribute in the Geelong region. We're distributing 15,000.
15,000 for less than 200.
2 months online support, so they get all the adverts downloadable online. We do a slideshow for them. We also do a feature piece for them if they want it, which is optional. So we're really packing it in, all the extras for free, basically.
Right, added value. Added value,
yeah. Because we want to. If we can, that's what we will always do. We'll add the value rather than put the price up.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And I definitely know a few businesses that might be interested in what you do, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Matt, what would you recommend for those who are potentially looking at joining the Small Business Network group? What advice would you give them?
I would strongly suggest they join because they'll get the great support of the small business community.
And I agree.
There'll be some mentoring involved, some encouragement with regards to skills seminars and all that sort of stuff for free, or whether they might be, they'll all be local businesses helping them out. I just encourage them to join. I really think it's an invaluable resource for small business in Geelong. There's also the other group. I want to talk about encouraging their friends and family to join the community group, which is the other group, to support Geelong small businesses. Because Geelong Small Business Network is business to business. But the other group we've got for the advertising and stuff like that is sort of like a directory of small businesses for business to community.
And what's the name for that group?
Geelong Small Business and Community Connections.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Matt.
Yeah.
And it's really good to get to know you a little bit more.
Right.
And you're
It's
doing
been
a
a
great
pleasure.
job.
It's been a pleasure, and I'm very proud of Geelong small businesses for supporting each other. And thank you for having me.
Pleasure as well. Thank you. And guys, I guess join the group if you run a small business. I've definitely got massive value from being on Matt's group. And thank you so much, sir, for starting this group and just being so persistent and always supporting people that are coming on. And I'll just give an example of me needing a tax agent for this year. And I found a great tax agent who actually did my tax practically free. So these are the kind of things that you get with the power of networking, and especially on a Facebook group. So Matt, definitely look forward to seeing you more, and look forward to until we meet again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Yeah, I do. It's a labour of love for me, but it's it keeps me going.
Challenge?
What would it be? What would be a challenge?
Like what kind of?
I get a lot of this. I get a lot of challenges from people. Most people are supportive, but you get one or two that might be sort of like questioning you or challenging you to. But it's all about people management. I'm usually I'm a very patient type fella. I'll put up with so much, and then I'll give them chances, and I'll say, well, if you don't like how we're doing things, maybe this is not the type of place for you to be. But I try not to be dictatorial. That's the problem with some groups.
Very strict.
Well, not just strict. Ego-driven. I don't think I'm an ego type person. Well, I hope I'm not.
I definitely don't have that vibe from being in the group.
Yeah, cool.
Personally.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I feel it's quite laid back.
That's good. And I'm just like everybody else. Like, I just think we're just normal people that go through the same sorts of struggles. It's just nothing special about us, really. We're just trying to do our best.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
There is a set of differences in what we do. At the core, we're people just like everybody else, but we have different roles, different responsibilities. Yeah. And there's some positive things as well.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I think we get a lot of freedom as entrepreneurs. Yeah. But at the same time, we have a lot of struggles.
Pay a price, don't we? We pay a price too.
Yeah. I really think faith comes in to a big part of it. You got to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to believe in what you're doing, and you got to be driven by passion, I think.
I agree.
I could be earning far more doing an office job.
Yeah. But
I don't think it would suit me as a person.
Right.
I think I've got the price you pay is that you're self-reliant. You don't have someone paying your wage.